Can we please scientifically kill the obsession that people have with having a tight vagina? Because as a biomedical engineer who studies female reproductive health, I need people to understand that vaginal tightness is not a measure of sexual health. Somewhere along the way, women were taught that their vagina should be as tight as possible so that sex feels better for a man. And that is simply not how female physiology works, so let's talk about it. So here's what people constantly confuse. Before arousal, your vagina already has natural moisture that helps keep the tissue healthy. But during sexual arousal, your brain signals increased blood flow to the vaginal tissue. And that increased blood flow causes additional lubrication through a process that we call vaginal transudation, which allows the vaginal tissue to become softer, more elastic, and the canal lengthens and expands to prepare for penetration. So in other words, your vagina should feel more accommodating during arousal. If penetration feels extremely tight, that does not automatically mean that your vagina is healthier. In fact, sometimes it means that your body hasn't had enough time to become fully aroused, or other times it can be because of an overactive pelvic floor, which is another thing that irritates me that the internet gets wrong. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles that supports your pelvic organs and surrounds the vaginal opening. If those muscles are chronically tight and can't relax, then penetration, pelvic exams, or even inserting a tampon can become incredibly painful, which is why I hate how the internet constantly pushes Kegel exercises for sexual health.
My immediate thought was, Kegels are a thing. It's a thing. Like, you don't know how to grip it?
A Kegel is a pelvic floor contraction exercise, but healthy muscles need to be capable of both contracting and relaxing. If your pelvic floor is already chronically overactive and struggling to relax, which many women already have this, then adding more contractions isn't the answer. But what frustrates me is why Kegels are so often recommended. So much of the conversation isn't even about women's pelvic health at all. It is about teaching women how to grip a penis harder so that sex feels better for a man. If contracting those muscles feels pleasurable for you, that is one thing. But women should not be taught an exercise they might not even need so that they can spend their time during intercourse clenching their pelvic floor because someone convinced them that that is how you keep a man. So a giant PSA, a healthy vagina isn't the tightest vagina. A healthy pelvic floor isn't the tightest pelvic floor. Healthy function means that your muscles can contract when they need to, relax when they need to, and allow comfortable, pain-free intimacy. That is what female sexual health actually looks like. And it should be centered on the comfort, function, and well-being of the woman and not someone else's definition of what her body should feel like.